Hey, welcome to Drewster's Dojo. Been a while. I was on a little 2-week vacation over here. Glad to be back in the swing of things. I mean, vacation's cool for a little bit, but I need my schedule. Back in routine. I haven't trained in 2 weeks. No jiu-jitsu for 2 weeks, so tonight will be my first day going back. I'm so looking forward to it. But I'm standing behind this wall. You probably can't see it from this film. It says peace, unity, love. And in the center here, it has the peace symbol. Now this symbol is like supposed to look like a missile, a circle around it. A lot of soldiers during the Vietnam War used to put that on their helmet. A little bit of an oxymoron because they're in the midst of killing, but in their heart they wanted peace. And as a soldier, you're just doing your duty and trying to survive. And if you talk to soldiers, many times they don't even believe in the policies that they're fighting for. They're just fighting for their fellow soldier, for their brother beside them. And I can stand behind that. Something like, peace, unity, and love. Although it seems today that's lacking on so many different levels. What's going on in the Middle East, with Gaza in particular, it's a shame what Israel's doing. Carpet bombing the entire Gaza Strip, killing hundreds of thousands of civilians, starving them. And the United States just standing by, and we give them billions of dollars every year. And not for peace. I don't like what's going on there. These crazy shootings, these mass shootings that are going on right here in the United States of America. And all around the world for that matter. But here, in the homeland, that's occurring. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to have peace in my heart. Whatever I control, the 6 inches in front of my face, this is what I control. Peace and unity, I'm with that. But peace through strength. You can't have peace if you're a weakling. If you're a weakling, then you're just going to be taken advantage of. That's not being peaceful. That's just cowering to whatever's happening around you. So peace through strength. But what I want to talk about today is begin with the end in mind. Now, what made me want to speak about that today is I just returned from a funeral in Puerto Rico. And while I was there in the funeral parlor, I recalled Stephen Covey talking about beginning with the end in mind to help generate goals for yourself. So what you do is envision yourself in the casket, and what do you want people to say about you? Sure, you don't want people to say, "Oh, this guy was a douchebag." Although in many cases it's like that. But you would probably want them to say, something positive. But if you could be precise, that's where you get your goals from. Then that's where you can live accordingly. Like for me personally, one of the things I wanted to say is that, hey, this was a good man. But now, define what a good man is. For me personally, one that's physically strong for as long as they can be. And hopefully I'll be an old man when I die. But there's some old men that are strong to the day they die. The man that was buried, 80 years old, he wasn't sick for very long at all. That's a positive. He wasn't sick, he was in the hospital one day and then just passed. But that happens to us all. Death is part of life. Without death, it's not happening. But to go out like that at 80, I mean, people are living much longer now. In Japan, they have a lot of centenarians. People that are living to 100 and beyond. They're living in Okinawa, Japan. And you're going to attribute that to their diet and their livelihood. And it's not being 100 years old, all feeble, locked up in a nursing home. No, these are people going out, picking their own vegetables, walking, socializing. So, yeah, I want someone at my funeral to say, yo, this dude died with his boots on. And at an older age, you know? So dying with their boots on. Meaning, yo, living life to the fullest. You know, go keep on getting after it. That's my perspective. This could be different for you. But yeah, beginning with the end in mind is the start. Like getting back to that, what's a good man? It's for you to define, but for me, it's one that's physically strong, one that takes care of his responsibilities. Whether you're married, you have a wife, kids. Did you take care of your responsibilities? Did you guide them? You know, did you try to really raise them to be independent? Did you try to raise them to leave the house? Because that's where everything happens, out on the outside. They have to be prepared, both mentally and spiritually, to be out in this world, so that they don't succumb to the evils that are all around us. Did you have them in sports? That's for me. This is my perspective. And these are things that I try to do with my own son. To try to guide him. He's 24 years old. I'm still in the picture. I'm still learning. And whatever I learn, I try to impart. You know? Try to support at times. You know? At least emotionally, in any way I can. And many parents do. See, that's two things. Be a good man. Die with his boots on. Being physically strong. Well, I would say, yo, he never stopped learning. Never stopped. And there are others. You know, other things I want them to say. But the point is to generate this for yourself. This is where you can create goals. And once again, this is just one strategy. Only one strategy to begin with the end. But it's a good one. It's a damn good one. And you ponder these things. Hold on, someone's asking me a question. Permiso? Oh, yo no sé. Yo no vivo aquí. So, someone was asking me a question. What was it? Begin with the end in mind. Just one strategy out of many. I'll use whatever strategy I can to level up. Another thing I would like them to say at my funeral is, you know what? He didn't come from money, but he learned how to use money. He made money and use it in a positive way. Not just to boast or to drive a Ferrari, which that's not even my mindset, just as an example. But yeah, he learned about money. And he put himself in a different tax bracket, which I have. Oh shit, someone's calling me. But I learned from one of my last videos that when they call you while you're doing a video and you continue going on, just make sure, yeah, still going. All right, so I had a phone call just in case you missed me there. Something that I learned from last time is that when you get a phone call while you're filming and you continue to talk, no one can hear you. So, let me get back. And yeah, it's already 9 minutes. So I'm gonna try to cut it short. I find that people don't want to listen to videos for too long a time, especially one that's not really edited. It's just me talking. But I'll close. Begin with the end in mind. One particular strategy so you can address your goals and level up. Even one final note, what I want them to say is that my man did jiu-jitsu to the end. An old ass man, black belt, not a black belt now, I'm really blue belt, but he became a black belt. Old man, did jiu-jitsu to the day he died. And I'm gonna try to live that life accordingly and doing what has to be done in the meantime to get to that level. Diet, mindset, exercise, being out in nature, leveling up your cash flow. Because when there's more cash, you can do more things. You can eat better. You can take supplements. You know. And last thing too that I learned by this funeral I went to, leave a will. Leave a will. Put your things in a trust, because this guy didn't do that, and now there's a lot of bickering and feuding for the little assets that he has. Anyway, I'm back to be back in the grind. Still gonna be dropping one of these videos once a week. Like and subscribe, people. Channel's growing very, very slowly, but for those of you that watch, I appreciate you, man. So, Drewster out. Never say die.